So we've had two recent new members. Raina, we introduced her at the last advisory committee meeting, but now we have a much larger group tonight. So we're welcoming Gretchen. We have sent out Gretchen and Raina's bios to our advisory committee, and you will all get to meet each other at our May 7th event. But Gretchen brings a lot of HR experience and strategic planning experience to the group that we have been missing for a couple of years, since some of our original board members went through their terms and rolled off. So that is a big welcome to Gretchen. Now I would love to do just kind of general introductions, and I'm just going to go around the grid. Whoever I see, please introduce yourself, your name, what is currently occupying your time, and how you're connected to Prosperity Ready. So Lori Anderson, I see you first.
Yeah, so I just put in the chat. I'm an ambassador, and it's great to be here. I have my own consulting and coaching company, and really occupying my time right now is a new consulting client that I have that has a lot of needs. So I'm happy to be able to do that from home because I live on a dairy farm up in central Minnesota near Princeton, Minnesota.
And you are a master gardener.
No, not officially.
Well, in my mind, you
I
are.
do. Okay. Well, there you go. That qualifies.
But you grow beautiful gardens.
I grow flowers. Yes. Yes.
And we're happy to have you. So Lori facilitates. She is a resume coach and has been part of the organization from the very start. So Joan, I see you next. Joan is my mom and one of my best friends.
I am a volunteer, and I've been retired for many years. And so I just find that volunteering for Prosperity Ready, and I do a lot of volunteer for my church, it gives me purpose.
Thank you. Gretchen, I see you next.
Hey, everybody. I'm just glad to be here. As Lisa said, this is my first meeting, so I'm still learning a lot about what's going on, but I'm so excited about the mission of the organization, and I'm happy to contribute however I can.
And how are you currently occupying your time?
I am similar to Lori. I've been doing a lot of coaching and consulting as well. So our circles cross a little bit, and it's good to see you on the call today.
Yeah, we have a great HR community here in the Twin Cities. It's really awesome. So AJ, you're next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Jamili. Lisa calls me AJ. You can call me AJ. I am program coordinator for Prosperity Ready.
All right, Gabriella.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gabriela. I am from Ecuador, South America. I came to the United States a few years ago. I am a nutrition student at college level. Last year, I was a volunteer for Prosperity Ready, and also I was a participant of the Job Seeker program. And I also love the mission that Prosperity Ready has and all that help that gives us as immigrants. Now I'm also part of the event committee, so I am here for this. Thank you.
Yeah, and Gabriella, can you share what your degree is in?
Yeah, sorry. I got a degree back in Ecuador, so I'm a food engineer, and then I went to complete here doing my nutrition degree here. Nice to meet you to all of you.
All right, Dr. Anwar, I see you next.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Hello, everyone. My name is Anwar Jamili. I'm from Afghanistan. I recently moved to United States, and last year, luckily, I landed to Minnesota, and I met Lisa and the wonderful work that she is doing it. So I was part of the team for at least 6-7 months, working with the Job Seekers project. And I served as a trainer and co-facilitator with Lisa together. I'm also part of the Prosperity Ready taught Afghan refugees on driving, how to get their driving permit and prepare them for the knowledge test. I am basically graduated from a medical faculty back in 2002. I have a master's degree in business administration from an IBM India, and I'm the last semester of a student still with the Universal Islamic University, which is based on Qatar, my last semester this year. And I moved to Virginia, currently working with Equal Access International as a project manager for their South and East Asia. And back in the country, I was country director. I've experience mostly on nonprofit organization, on programming, implementation, and fundraising. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anwar. Thank you. Yeah, Gabriella, I see the big grin on your face because Gabriella and Dr. Anwar and a number of other people did an amazing job last summer helping Afghan evacuees with some basic job seeker training skills. So we were all together in person for 2 weeks, and it was amazing. And then, yeah, Dr. Anwar helped us with some driver's license training as well, which he's continuing to do.
Yes.
Mary St. Aubin, do you have audio? Can you introduce yourself next?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh boy. You're so lucky. My name is Mary St. Aubin. I have known Lisa since I think you were 15 when I hired you illegally.
I think so. That sounds about right.
And got to know Lisa back many years ago before she was even in college. She was still in high school and has been a dear friend of mine ever since. I retired a couple years ago, so I kind of like doing my thing.
So we're so happy to have you on board, and I know you'll forgive me for telling everybody what you used to say to me all the time.
Oh boy.
You used to say to me, and I was such an arrogant young person, and yeah, you were really good to hire me and mentor me and coach me and train me, and you used to say, I have forgotten more than you know.
That sounds about right.
Which is what I needed to hear. So thank you, Mary. We're really, and my mom knows you, and we're super excited to have you part of this event and helping us moving forward as well. So next on my screen, I see Marcus Carpenter, who is a new connection with Prosperity Ready. And please introduce yourself, and then I'm just gonna start crying about the connection that you made for us and what it means to Prosperity Ready.
Well, don't do that, because I'll be crying right there with you, Lisa. I am a big sap myself, but I am so excited to be here, you guys. I just see so much color and life and energy on this call, so I'm just so excited to be here. I'll start it off with that. I founded an organization called Route One, and what we do is we work to increase food access, specifically within communities of color. And so the way that we do that is we support Black, Brown, and Indigenous emerging farmers. So when I heard Lori give her introduction and Gabriella and everyone else who's involved with food, I was over here going, yes, yes, yes. There's more agriculture folks on the call, but there's just so much synergy with what we do at Route One and with Prosperity Ready. And when I met Lisa, she was actually, when we kind of went public with what we were doing, she was literally one of the first people I reached out to, and her response was, yes, we're in to support you however we can. And ever since then, we've just had a phenomenal connection with this organization. And the work just speaks to my soul, being able to, support so many amazing people. And just with AJ and the team, I'm just so excited to meet you all. What keeps me busy is obviously Route One, but I'm also lucky enough to be married to a phenomenal woman, and we have 3 little girls. And so our girls are involved in horseback riding 5 nights a week, and softball 3 nights a week, volleyball 2 nights a week in the weekends. And so when I'm not being a girl dad, I am helping with Route One and trying to, just make this world a better place. And so I'm so excited to meet you all.
Well, and Marcus connected us to Youth Lens 360, who is going to do all of our videography and photography at our event for a very reasonable, budget-friendly price. So it's all about connecting each other and helping each other meet our needs. So
That's right.
Raina, you're next.
It's me? You say
Yep,
my name?
you're up.
Oh,
I did.
hi everybody. My name is Reina. I'm from Monterrey, it's in the north of Mexico. Right now I'm here with my family. So I moved to Minnesota 5 years ago, and I do a lot of volunteer with different nonprofits, especially with the Latin community. And that's the way I met to Gabriela. So it was with a second name. It was like, I know this lady. So now I was in the last class of Prosperity Ready, and now in the advice committee. I'm board member with different nonprofit. I'm a scientist and I am a LCI. So I'm looking for my people trying to be part of the place where we call home. So I'm trying to do a lot of volunteer learning and share with my people. Thank you.
Thank you, Raina. Zahidullah, you're next.
Hello to everyone. I'm very excited to be part of this great people in a great organization. I also participated in the Prosperity Ready recently graduate immigrants job seeker program. And I'm so happy to be a volunteer for the Prosperity Ready. I was a volunteer in one of the organizations in Afghanistan, but this one is the second one, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm busy with the interpretation job right now in person and also through Zoom calling, and taking care of my children in their medical appointments, and a super busy day.
Thank you, Zahid. So I want to do a time check because we did say the first 30 minutes we're going to be just talking about ambassadors and the new role of ambassadors and how you can support the event. And we are coming up on 7 o'clock, and thank you, AJ, for keeping time and checking in on that. We have 3 more people, well, 4, including Kate, in terms of introductions. So I just want to do a time check. Are people okay on finishing introductions and then hearing from Kate for a few minutes about how our ambassadors can contribute on May 7th, or do we need to just go right to Kate talking about the roles of ambassadors? And I guess maybe if people need to drop off. We're recording this, so we'll send the recording out. We won't stop the recording. But I don't want to cut the intro short because I feel like this is really rich information and there's other connections that people may want to make, even beyond Prosperity Ready. So, maybe give me like a thumbs up if we just keep okay, thanks. All right, Jen, can you introduce yourself, then Lulit, and then we're gonna, and Jote, so quick, and then we'll pivot to Kate, and Kate is our consultant, and she's gonna talk kind of high level about the strategic reason we're all on this call tonight.
Sure. So, hi, this is Jen Schmeichel, and I actually know Lisa through MJ, Mary Jane. She's I'm her niece, and she introduced me to Lisa maybe in the fall, I think, and Lisa has been such an incredible mentor to me as I'm getting ready to leave my 30-year career in corporate America and move to potentially teaching ESL. So what's been occupying my time right now is I'm right in the throes of writing my capstone for my master's in education with a focus in ESL. So I learned about Prosperity Ready, and it just was great timing with what's happening to the shift in my life. And so I'm really excited to get involved.
Thank you. Lulit, you've been here from the very beginning.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? I'm driving.
Yeah, we can hear you. Are you driving safe? Are you hands-free?
Yeah. I have a headphone, so no problem.
All right, we can hear you. Go for it.
Great. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. And nice to meet you all. My name is Lulit Oldeselase. I think a Prosperity Advisory Committee. One of the first, I think, and I was connected with Lisa through another networking event I think happened, I don't know now, 2 years ago, I think. That's how I met her. And yeah, I've been with Prosperity since then. What occupies my time, a full-time job, volunteer engagement associate in a nonprofit. Actually, that which I was connected and got that job through Prosperity Ready, through Lisa. And yeah, and I have 2 boys. They keeps me busy, their work. So yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you, Lulit. Jote.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Again, sorry I couldn't be on the video. My name is Jote Tadessa. Wonderful to meet and hear about all of you. I am part of the advisory board with Prosperity Ready. I've known Lisa for a number of years. I've been part of the advisory board for a little over 3 years now. And I am an immigrant, an African diasporan living here in Minneapolis. So the work that Prosperity Ready does absolutely resonates with me because I've walked through all of those journeys that our constituents and partners are going through currently. So I totally understand, what it means to provide this kind of service that Prosperity Ready is doing. Very, very life-changing. What keeps me busy? Well, other than my 3 boys, who are 17, 12, and 7, you can just imagine. I by profession, I work at the United Healthcare Group as a vice president for software engineering for one of our department. And also I do a lot of things outside of work in terms of volunteering and especially social impact related work for Africa as well. So hopefully someday I'll get to tell you about it. Wonderful to meet all of you and looking forward to learning more.
Thank you, Jote. And then Kate, we're going to have you introduce yourself and then roll right into why we're here tonight, which I mentioned a little bit. This is about a strategy, not just an event. It's about expanding our supporters who believe in our mission, And the more supporters we have, the more immigrants we can help get living wage and benefited jobs. And Flatibo Advancement has been really key in helping us with that strategy. So Kate.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. That's a great segue. I am so excited to see so many faces here and so much, just many of you here. The numbers are very promising. Just a very quick intro about Flatibo. So we are a small company. We work on about 200 to 300 fundraising events every year. And we also do consulting with nonprofits who are looking to grow their mission and grow their reach. And so I've been working with Lisa and AJ and her team on ever since we started talking last fall about how do we grow Prosperity Ready to the point where we could have, a larger scale fundraising event. And so we've been strategizing with her about what are the steps we need to take. And what I want to really establish is that the strategies that we recommend and that we have been working on are really grounded in experience. We've been in business for about 20 years. And so, we collect data and we look at all the ins and outs of these events that we do every year with every range of nonprofits, from small little nonprofits to huge foundations. And we look at what are the things that contribute to success. And I will tell you that one of the number one indicators of success that we know is consistent across the board is volunteer engagement, and how many people are helping with spreading the word and sharing passion for the mission of an organization. So when I see that there is basically a Zoom room here full of people who are excited about Prosperity Ready and willing to help, that is very encouraging to us. And we know that you're going to have success. And I realize I want to step back and I acknowledge, I know we are not having a fundraising event here, but that is the ultimate goal eventually, is to raise more funds for Prosperity Ready. But the first step in that is raising more friends for Prosperity Ready and increasing our reach and broadening our network of people who know about what we do and care about what we do and believe in what we do. So I want to first emphasize that all of you being here and all of you being willing to help and participate is an enormous and incredible asset to the organization and will make a huge difference for us. So thank you for being here. And please know that your involvement is so critical and so important. I want to just touch on a few specifics, but I want to maybe give Lisa a chance to just outline I don't know how much everyone knows about what is planned for May 7th. And so just maybe a really high level of this is what the event will look like. And then I'll talk a little bit more about how we could really use your help leading up to the event and during the event and then after the event. Does that sound good, Lisa?
Yeah, that sounds good. And Annie, hi. So we've got Annie here. Annie's our second volunteer, although, well, I guess Sammy and my mom and Annie could compete for first place volunteers. But Annie, thank you. Can you quick introduce yourself, because you and your family are longtime volunteers, critical supporters of the organization, and then I'll get into kind of the flow of the event. And then we can talk about, Kate can then talk about roles and really specific actions that all of us can take.
Hi, yes, absolutely. Sorry for jumping on late here. My name is Annie. I joined Prosperity Ready, I think it was 2019, back when I was still at St. Thomas, just looking for a volunteer opportunity, and clicked with Lisa immediately. And since then, I've just been watching her and the organization and all of our programs grow. And it's been so much fun. I've gotten to be involved in a couple different ways, whether it be marketing or some strategizing, and now more on the ambassador side of things as we look to grow, as Kate said, volunteer engagement and connect everyone to each other. So super excited to see this big group and really excited for our event coming up, and just excited for the future of Prosperity Ready in general.
Thank you, Annie. So yeah, in terms of the event and kind of the flow of the program, the event starts at 3. It's in Maple Grove in a beautiful setting, a Three Rivers Park chalet. They're donating the space. And we do have a variety. We've got Cappy Hired and Youth Lens 360. They will have tables and we'll be promoting their tables. We will be doing a scrolling presentation with all of your headshots and names and what your roles are. Some of you have multiple roles, so we've done this in the past, so if you don't want your headshot up there, just let us know, but AG's working on that. We will have Youth Lens interviewing a pre-selected group of people. I'll be sending emails out to request people to be interviewed, and we'll send questions out and you can let me know if you're comfortable doing that. We'll do some announcements before the program, and then Jote has graciously offered to kick off our program at 4 o'clock. So it's an open house atmosphere between 3 and 4. Jote is going to gather everybody to tables. We're going to do a short program. Jote will welcome everyone, welcome key supporters, and then I'll come up and say a few words. Then we're going to have Fahim Lodine, who is one of our program participants who was hired by the Toro Company, who was our very first employer partner. They're both going to speak together. And we just prepped last Thursday, and the Toro Company CEO came and said hello to us. So we have really good support there. Then we'll transition to Annie and Raina, who are going to talk about what it means to be a volunteer and an ambassador and an advisory committee member for the organization. Again, it's going to be really quick, 2 to 4 minutes. Then we will call all of our grads up front, anyone who is present. We will have them say their names, their countries of origin, and their degrees, again, quickly. And then that will be the end of the formal program. We do not want it to be more than 30 minutes. What I would love to do, though, is after the formal program ends, because we've got professional photographers and videographers on site, I'd love to have any volunteers who help facilitate, resume coaches, come up front and also get formal photos with our grads, because that's really good marketing material that we can use on LinkedIn and on our website. So I think that's kind of the flow. Event committee, did I leave anything key out?
Don't think so. There'll be some light refreshments, right? Just some cake and punch type thing, brunchy type. No, not brunchy, but just dessert or snacky type.
Well, we're gonna do, we will have like fruit and cheese and crackers and little sandwiches, and then we're gonna use the cake cutting. We'll have cakes that will do a more formal cake cutting thing, and then that's when we're gonna have Jote rally everyone to the tables with their cake to sit down for the program. So that'll be kind of a segue into the sit down part of the program. And then Gabriella is working on, well, we'll get into that detail later. We've got more super detailed event planning coming up. But yeah, we are serving refreshments. We've got clearance to do that. Oh, and AJ is going to, AJ, we were going to have you guys were way over time. I'm sorry. If you're interested in hanging around, AJ's got awesome statistics on who's coming, how many families are coming. So Kate, why don't you talk about just kind of the general role of the volunteers and ambassadors, and then if people want to hang out and hear about how many people are registered, how many families are registered. Anyone's welcome to stay for the whole meeting. There's like no secrets here.
Great. Yeah, so I wanted to just talk a little bit nitty-gritty details, thinking and brainstorming about how we can all really help drive energy towards this event. Because what we really want to have happen is for everyone who attends this event to come away feeling like, wow, this is an organization that really has a ton of energy and a ton of passion and a ton of momentum. And we want to create a feeling with attendees that there is something really great going on here that they want to be a part of. And so we need everyone's involvement and really a very cognizant participation to make that happen. So a few just really specific ideas. In these weeks leading up, there's still plenty of time to invite other people, invite people to come to this event, share it out on LinkedIn. Make a personal invite to someone you know who might be interested, or who knows, maybe they won't, maybe you have no idea. I mean, just invite them. This is such an easy, it's a free event that somebody can come and just learn more about an organization that you care about. So that's key, is inviting other people, even if you think they may not come, if they might just hop on our website and see that this is happening, you know, oh, wow, I had no idea this organization is even doing this. How interesting. So inviting people is the first piece, of course. Once we're actually at the event, if you can be really present, so help us help greet people that you maybe haven't met yet. Help us look for new people, you know, try not to congregate with people who you know already. Maybe reach out to somebody who might be new to Prosperity Ready and help us learn more about them. Why are you here? How did you come to learn about us? Ask questions. And as much as you can help to help relay that information to Lisa and AJ after the fact, you know, maybe even jot down a note or two about who you met and what you learned about them. So that will help us later in terms of, you know, stewardship and engaging with people after the fact. So as you're at the event, just being aware of being a great host, a great ambassador, maybe even share why you have come to volunteer for Prosperity Ready. What's your connection? And ask them theirs. So we really want to build community with this event. And honestly, this will go by very fast. This is going to be a 2-hour event, and we want to take advantage of every minute that we have people there to really engage and connect and build relationships in those 2 hours. So anything that you can do while you're at the event to reach out and learn more about the other people there is very helpful. During the program, help us model paying attention, help us like really focus the energy and the focus on the speakers and what's going on the mic. Just modeling that can be very helpful. So try not to be talking to your neighbor or anything like that. The more attention and focus we can give Lisa and all the speakers will be really good. And just also put your own energy into that. So if there's applause, like let's be energetic, let's be excited, show that we really care about this. Just be engaged in that way, right? Whether it's either listening to the speakers or applauding and sharing energy and excitement when appropriate. And then the last thing I just want to say is try not to, you know, I don't know what everyone's schedule is, but after the program is also another opportunity to meet people, schedule in time to linger and make space for potential additional connections after that program. Because who knows if people might have time to stay after they arrived late, and that's another chance to just meet more people and help us connect with potential new supporters. And also, you know, let them know that they can get involved in all kinds of ways. We're of course going to ask for financial support from folks, and they can make donations, but maybe they have more time that they can, you know, contribute to the organization. We welcome everyone's contributions, whether that is time, treasure, skill sets. There's all kinds of ways, and we really value everyone's unique contributions, that they can help us grow and help us reach more people. So just letting people know that, you know, if you can't donate, maybe you can volunteer, and just really making that an open invitation and helping people feel really welcomed into that, and to say, come and be part of what we're doing. Really open it up and invite people to be involved, however they can do so. At the end of the day, like I said, the big picture is using this open house as an opportunity to create this feeling, create connections, and create community with all the people who are coming. And so your involvement is a really important piece of that. And maybe you have specific ideas as well that you want to share. I'm happy to hear ideas or brainstorm or reactions.
Has anyone done, I know Jyoti, I know we've got people who have done this in the past. Any comments, reactions, additional ideas to share?
Yeah, I would say definitely everything that was said resonates, right? And in an event like this, especially the first one, right? We should remain
Oh, Jyoti, I think you cut out.
Cut off.
I can share just some part of my experience until Jyoti come back.
Thank you, Dr. Anwar.
Well, on the particularly business development meetings or the meetings that we were gathering people back, my experience is that we had some papers, that very short papers that had space that what can participant contribute with Prosperity Ready. They could write it, they could write their name and phone number and say, okay, whether it's financial or whether it is just volunteer work, 1 hour, 2 hour a month, weekly, or being a coach, mentor, in some part, I think that's still a very big contribution, and slowly, but we can go ahead with that. Also, I think just one line under that, there was also that if they would like to introduce us to any other links that they have. So this way, we could reach to another bigger audience, and we can develop more. At least, we will have something for the next step to go and reach and talk with them. So that's one of my experience back, which was, I think it was successful for me.
Oh, that is great feedback. Jyoti, I think you're back. What were you saying?
Yeah, sorry, I got kicked out somehow. I don't know where I lost the group. What I was saying is, in an event like this, where it would be very much conversational. So the formal part of it is going to be fairly short, right? Kind of the introduction, telling about Prosperity Ready and what we do. But the rest of it is the kind of the interaction, the mingling, the networking part of it. So creating that environment where people feel that they've met some interesting people, right? And they've made some connections, where they feel they have the opportunity to bring an impact through an organization like Prosperity Ready, something that will prompt them to also reach out, right, even after the event. So I think everything that was explained earlier, kind of resonates, at least for me. But the setting, it's a family gathering as well. There will be kids around. There will be a lot of dynamics. So let's also remain open to adapt, improvise when needed.
Yes, so I think that's a great segue. And thank you everyone for hanging out. We have maybe just quickly, AJ, spending a minute or two on where we're at with who's coming. And then we can let our ambassadors drop off if they need to, because we do need to do some kind of nitty-gritty staffing with our event committee and our advisory committee. We have some holes in our different staffing that we need to cover. But AJ, I know you've been in the event registration system consistently. So how many people are registered and how many families are registered?
Okay, so as I checked the registration 2 hours ago, like 1 hour ago before our call, I saw that we have 99 people registered for our event, including 20 families. We have several families of 2, 3, 4, and one family of 9 coming to the event.
All right, so yes, we're gonna have, I think it's gonna be a good event, and I see Dr. Anwar, yes, we have been posting on LinkedIn. So AJ, I know you were looking at, can you let the group know how many LinkedIn promotions we've done and how many email marketing promotions we've done? And then we sent out packets to everybody on this call and beyond. We sent physical marketing packets out, and then AJ has sent, I don't even know, AJ, you have to tell us, how many personal invitations have you sent via my email account inviting people to this?
Okay, so the strategies that we use mostly to invite people for the event, first of all, we have sent, so for this program, for this event that we have on May 7th, we've sent 3 Emma campaigns out through our email marketing system to almost 450 people. And the Emmas were sent almost 10 days apart. And I sent individual emails which were to 45 people, and I invited them individually to the program. And we also did 5 LinkedIn posts, especially for promoting the event.
Yep, and we've got plans to send out LinkedIn promotions. I think, is it Monday, Wednesday, Friday? We did this week and we'll do next week as well, AJ?
Yes, Lisa.
So yeah, we've been covering all the ground that we can. And Dr. Anwar, also in terms of small PR clips, well, actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, but yeah, was it yesterday, AJ, that we did the email campaign of our little silly Zoom recording of you and I talking about the event?
Yes, Lisa. Yeah, it was
So
yesterday.
we did do a video clip of AJ and I talking about the event and how excited we were. That went out through our email marketing campaign system. And we're really excited, thanks to Marcus, that we're going to have Youth Lens 360 recording the event. They're going to do 4 to 6 30-second to 60-second clips that we can put on LinkedIn. And they're going to do a 2 to 3 minute overall event video. And then they're going to do a bunch of still photography that we can also use as B-roll, and still photography that we can use on our website. So that's an $8,000 package that they are graciously discounting to $2,300, and a repeat large donor is paying for that package. Yeah. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah, any other questions before we use kind of the last half hour to kind of deep dive into details that some of our ambassadors don't need to, I think, well, I'm just kind of looking here. Lori, Zahidullah, Marcus, anyone's welcome to hang out and hear the details, but the event committee and the advisory committee, please hang on for the last 30 minutes because we've got some detailed confirmation planning that we need to do. Anyone else who needs to sign off, please feel free unless you want to hang out and you have more questions. Okay, thank you,
Nice
Lori.
meeting everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa.
Thanks,
Great work,
Kate.
everyone. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Let me just look at who do we have here now? All right, good. So we've got our advisory committee, yay. We've got our event committee. All right, this is good. So we sent an agenda out. I'm so sorry, you guys. We sent it out really late. We try to send agendas out a week in advance, but there's a lot going on. So AJ, I don't have, does everyone have the agenda in front of them? And AJ, could you maybe share the agenda? I don't think I have it open right now. The big thing I want to do is just answer questions that you guys have, but also go through like who's going to be at the event. We've got some partner tables. We've got our own tables that aren't fully staffed that I want to talk about because I think it would be really powerful for our advisory committee to be staffing our registration table and then our Prosperity Ready table. So we have not secured staffing for those two tables at this point. We're good with the committees who are going to be supporting the food and beverage. Just so you all know, it's a really big deal. This particular venue, and Gabrielle and my mom were in this meeting. This particular venue has these certain caterers that you have to use. And we were really fortunate that the community outreach group for Three Rivers said they don't have to use these people because they're super expensive. So we're just bringing in the food on our own, but it all has to be commercially prepared. It's a zero waste facility, so everything has to be compostable. We've taken care of all of that. So those details are all covered by the event committee. But in terms of the registration table, I would love to have 2 advisory committee members staffing that table from 3 to 4. So if we could kind of get people.
You can put me on that, Lisa. I'm probably better on that one than the Prosperity Ready table since I'm not sure I would be able to answer any questions at this point.
All right, awesome. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. We will capture that. That's great. Do we have another? I feel like I'm in an auction. Well, so just to be clear, Dr. Anwar and AJ live in Virginia now, so they cannot volunteer. Although they've done a ton for us already. And when we do our big gala in 2024, part of the budget is going to be getting Dr. Anwar and AJ here for that event. So I'm already thinking about how to make that happen. So we could use another volunteer, advisory committee member would be awesome at the table with Gretchen to do registration. And then for our Prosperity Ready table, I think from 3 to 4, having 2 people at that table would be great. And then, well, the program is going to go from 4 to 4:30, but, oh, Luli, thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, having 1 or 2 people at the Prosperity Ready table, from 3 to 4, and then really from 4:30 to 5. We don't need people at the table during the program. So if we can get that coverage, that would be great. I had myself signed up for a bunch of stuff, and then Kate, our consultant, was like, no, you should not be on any kitchen duty or registration stuff, so I took myself off. Our setup team is covered, so we've got Joan, Anthony, my husband, my son Alex, Gabriella, and her husband Mario doing setup, which will be minimal because the event venue will set up the tables and we'll just put decor out. Food and bev team is my mom, Gabriella, Jen, and Mary St. Aubin. Everything will be on trays, and so it'll just be a matter of putting trays out. Annie has graciously donated what we need to make coffee, tea, lemonade. The event venue is going to provide all the big dispensers to dispense the beverages, and the breakdown team is Joan, Annie, Alex, Anthony, Raina, and anyone else who's still hanging out, who's not too tired to help. We will have Annie and Alex being sort of the go-betweens when people register that have already volunteered to be interviewed, to be videoed. They will take them over to the video area. And if the advisory committee can be there at 2:30, we are going to do some professional formal photography. So call time, I'm using like, you know, theater lingo here. So call time for the advisory committee is 2:30 so that we can do what we need to do, get ready for registration table, the Prosperity Ready table. It's a really good opportunity for us to get formal, nice photographs for the website. And then we do want to pull in so I'm going to pause there. Questions, comments, concerns. So we do want to have a final event committee meeting next week. We were thinking the 3rd, which I think is a Wednesday. Is that right, AJ?
I'll check it.
We were thinking 5/3 at 5:30 for the event committee to really go back into all the details and make sure we have everything. And then Annie and Raina, we still need to prep you for your speaking roles as ambassadors. So we were thinking either right before or right after the event committee, and then we're not having to schedule 2 separate meetings. So if you guys give us feedback on that, that would be great.
Yes, I just shot that idea over to AJ, and that would be great for me if it works for you, Raina.
And Raina, I think you're back in Minnesota at that time, right?
Yeah, I'll be back Monday, so yeah, I'm okay with this.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll
Okay.
work.
All right. I'll send you guys some just ideas about key points to cover, and then Jyote, I will also send you. We've been working with Kate on key points for your introduction, but you have more experience in this than I do. So you were the board chair for Books for Africa, and you have so much experience. We'll send you some ideas, but make it your own.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
complete confidence you'll rock it.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, definitely. If you can send an outline, then I can return back kind of whatever modification I make to it so that everybody has the same.
Yep, awesome. And then Annie, yes, so I was waiting to send interview questions for the people that we have asked to be interviewed until the contract was signed, and that happened right before the call started. So I will be sending questions to people that we are gonna ask, like, can you be ready? Here's the questions. Annie and Alex will get you over to the interview area. Alex is actually going to be wearing a branded Youth Lens 360 hoodie, so he'll be easily identifiable. So that'll work out well. What else, you guys? What other questions?
How many time do we have for the speech?
So for each speaker, we're gonna go quick, 2 to 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I want to know. Make it.
So, and if you're co-presenting with Annie, so it'll be, and what we're doing with the Toro Company and Fahim is they're kind of gonna do a back and forth. And then yeah, so it's gonna be quick. You guys, Kate kept telling me, like, it's gotta be fast, it can't be more than 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, but we have so much to share. And then last night I was at an event for a business coaching kickoff, and they had so many slides on their PowerPoints, and they went on for an hour. And I was just like, I am done. Would it be rude for me to get up and get another glass of wine? I am so over this. And it was great information. They were great people, but in fact, I wish I would have told Kate that when she was still online. I'm like, okay, I understand now. It's got to be fast. I mean, 2 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it really is.
It
is. Each group of speakers, we would like it to be 2 to 4 minutes, and then transition to the next group. Yeah, our gala will be probably a little more extensive of a program, but I don't know, maybe not. I mean, we don't have good attention spans anymore. What other questions? That was a great question. What else? I hope I've covered everything. There's so many moving parts to this.
Well, Lisa, I have a question. In the event which the slides took 1 hour, so it was also an experience for you. You also saw that. How was it? Like, do you think that 1 hour was that enough for people to maintain their focus or attention, or you thought after half an hour people might lose their focus?
Yeah, I think having people speaking for an hour was way too long. And I think what we're doing a hybrid where we're having people speak for 2 to 4 minutes at a time. And well, Anthony's going to give announcements, which will be really quick and not part of the program. Then Jote is going to kick us off. That'll be 2 minutes or so. I'll speak for 2 minutes or so. Then Vian and Fahim will speak, and then Raina and Annie will speak, and then I'll do a quick wrap up, and we'll bring all the grads up. So that's going to be, it'll go quickly. And then what you're working on is a looping slideshow that's going to play not during the program, but when we're networking. So that'll be just more informational, kind of like an infomercial.
Yeah.
So that'll be a way to get information out that the people last night could have done with that kind of approach, but they didn't.
Okay.
All right, what else? Anything else? I think, how are we doing? Oh, we're good on time. We took a long time on the front end, but I think it was good to do the introductions. That was fun. Like, meeting people from different walks of life is amazing.
I have another question. So about the speech we are gonna do is the same questions we have to respond, or we have different topics? Because if we are gonna talk about the same, I think it's gonna be repeat something. So I don't know if we can, you know, have different topics. Maybe Annie say something, I say something. Who else? Alice say something else. I mean, different topics, so that way it doesn't repeat the same speech.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, that, I think, let's talk about it when we do our prep. And if you guys want to prep before next week, we can. I think the reasons why you're both volunteers and ambassadors, and then Raina, you are also an advisory committee member. The reasons why you're doing that and how you're contributing in your actions would be different. But I don't want it to be a question and then you're both saying the same thing. So let's make sure that there's a different context for why you're contributing, if that makes sense.
Yep, I will do my speech during this weekend and when I'm flying, so I will share with all of you on Tuesday, so that way you can see it and maybe you can change something or tell me what do you think about it. If that works for you, Annie and Alex and Anthony and I don't know who else, Joanne, who's gonna speak.
Yeah, does that sound good, Annie?
Yeah, I can have something prepared too before we meet, and then we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of send the, I think, well, it's in a really long document. I sent the volunteers, but yeah, let me send something more specific about what were the objectives of the ambassadors kind of coming up and talking about what they're doing and why. All right, and then anything else, Gabriella? I know I owe you, we finally, now that we got this food catering situation, I owe you the menu so you can do like little
Yeah.
signs of what the food is. What about, how's the music playlist?
Yeah, Maria told me like I should ask you like if you have a Spotify account. Spotify.
I don't
It's
have a
okay.
Spotify account. Do you, AJ or Annie? Like
I
I'm
do, if you
old,
need mine.
Gabriella, I am like a dinosaur. I don't have any of that.
It's
wisdom.
okay. It's fine because we already choose some he already chose some songs, and then I will send you if so you can give us some feedback.
Okay, that would be great. And then AJ's working on the slideshow that'll be scrolling. It'll have all of our volunteers, everybody. It'll have some fun pictures on it. It'll have all of our sponsors. So tables, so there are people tabling. CAPI, which is a really big $25 million nonprofit, will be there. Hired, which is a multi-million-dollar nonprofit, will be tabling. Youth Lens will be tabling, and then Three Rivers will be tabling because they're donating the space. I think Three Rivers, I need to follow up. Three Rivers may be providing the graduates a gift, some kind of like park pass. I've asked Second Harvest Heartland, who's going to be our newest employer partner, to also maybe do a basket of fruit and produce. So I need to follow up on that. But yeah, I think we're in good shape, you guys. Now that we've got our advisory committee staffing tables, that's amazing. So I think we're good. Our goal was 50 to 100 people and we went over that. So that's a big accomplishment and everybody should feel good about that. Hopefully everybody got their marketing packages. I know Luli, you've been really active in inviting people and registering people. So thank you for that. I'm just looking at the chat here. Anything else?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Lisa, that have you found the agenda? If you have not found it, I have it. I can share it with you if you need it.
Oh, you know what? I was just looking at my paper and everybody seemed like they were good with either having it in front of them or listening.
Okay.
All right, well, I think we're all gonna get 10 minutes back on our night.
Okay, so see you soon. Good to see
Sounds
you.
good, you guys. Email
Looking
us
forward to
your
it.
questions,
Thank
and
you,
then
everyone.
we'll
Thank
be
you.
reaching out to the event committee for hopefully a 5-3 final meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Pleasure meeting you all.
Thank you.